Hey, what's going on? Welcome to Ask the Period Lady. I am the Period Lady, Shelly-Ann Weeks. Now, Ask the Period Lady is a space for clear, unfiltered conversations about all things reproductive health. Now, if you'd like your question to be featured on Ask the Period Lady, all you have to do is send your question by email to theperiodlady@gmail.com. So make sure you send all those questions so that we can feature your question on the next episode of Ask the Period Lady. Now remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and don't miss an episode of Ask the Period Lady. We're going to jump right into it. This question is from Michelle. Michelle says, I'm so stressed. Michelle, aren't we all? My period usually is like clockwork. And as I've gotten older, I'm noticing it's harder to track. I am having heavier periods. I have a high demand job and I'm not eating as well as I used to. What can I do to have healthier periods? Excellent question, Michelle. Believe it or not, there are things that we can do in our lifestyle to improve our period experience so that we are not so crazy every month, and to also help us to manage some of the difficulties and discomforts that come with your period. So the first thing I want to point out, Michelle, is that you mentioned that it is getting harder to track. Some of that has to do with the fact that you're getting older, because as you get older, you realize that your cycle changes. So you probably have a cycle that comes pretty normally, like every 28 days or maybe every 30 days, and it's easier to track. But you find that this month it might come a little sooner or a little later than next month. You know what can cause that, girls? Stress. Believe it or not, your stress level can cause your hormones to fluctuate drastically, and that can also affect how your period flows. So we are going to talk about what you can do to have a healthier period, and we're going to start number one with that stress one. You have to figure out a stress management technique. You have to figure out some way to handle your stress, especially on those days or on those weeks when it feels like you are just about to lose your mind and you feel really overwhelmed. You have to have a stress management plan, and I'm going to suggest one right now. Exercise. Now listen to me. Exercise is the magic. Is the ultimate thing that we can tap into when we need it. When we are ultra stressed, you can get the body moving. It's a great way to help to just release some of those, that overwhelming feeling, some of the anxiety. It's a great way. It helps to calm your nerves, and those endorphins that you get from exercise will help you feel better, and it help you clear your mind. You don't process a lot of things when you're exercising. Like, trust me, sometimes my mind all over the place, and while I'm walking it out and I'm sweating it out, my brain gets in order. So exercise is one of the greatest tools that we have in our stress management arsenal. Please make use of it. And I know people hear exercise and think, oh my gosh, I don't have any money to join the gym. You don't have to join the gym, honey. You can be watching that show that you're watching on TV same way, but instead of watching it sitting down, get up and do some jumping jacks. And when you feel tired of the jumping jacks, march in place. And when you feel tired of the march in place, jumping jacks again. Move your body for 30 minutes every single day and watch the difference that it makes. Exercise is the magic. Listen to me. I don't care if you're fat or you're slim, move your body. Okay? That's one of the most important things that you can do. And exercise don't just help with the stress management, it will also help to regulate your hormones so your periods don't feel so ad hoc. So I can't say enough about exercise, people. Move your body. Move your body. Just exercise. Just do it because you can. And you want to know one good way of exercising? If you got a little kid in your house, you have a little child in your house, just start playing some ramping with them. Oh, they will keep you fit. They will run up and down and giggle and you have to catch them. Oh, that in itself is a hell of a workout. Use them up. Yes. Exercise is important. All right? Another thing that you're going to have to do, I know it's an uncomfortable conversation for a lot of people, is we're going to talk about what you eat. We're going to talk about what you eat, because what you eat matters. Yes, I know we live in a world right now where the food environment is focused on how things taste. and they're giving you all sorts of things to sprinkle on your food to make it taste nicer, and they're showing you all sorts of tricks and things that you can do to make the texture of the food more appealing to the palate. And there's a lot of focus on the experience that you have while you're eating, and not enough focus on what happens after you swallow the food. Because the truth is, a lot of what we're eating that tastes really good, that gives us all the pleasure, is not good for us. So you have to pay attention to what you eat. And when it comes to your periods, you have to think about your nutrition level. Nutrient, iron. We have iron deficiency. Black women top the list of people who are iron deficient. When you're iron deficient, you're experiencing anemia. And anemia comes with a lot of inconvenient symptoms that cause us to be unable to function at our fullest and our best potential, because we feel nauseated and we don't have any energy. And some of we are so down that we can't even function in our space. We can't think clearly. Our minds are fogged. We just cannot function. And let me tell you something about that iron deficiency. It affects the way other nutrients are playing in your body, because when you're deficient in one, especially on a drastic level, the other parts of your body are trying to compensate for the fact that iron is not there to do what it needs to do. So ladies, get your iron sorted. Y'all know, some of you have been struggling with anemia all your life. Me can relate. Eat some iron-rich food, keep iron as a part of your daily diet, and you can get yourself a good supplement as well. But whatever you do, get your iron sorted out, okay? Another thing that you need to do is think fiber. You have to get your fiber up, ladies. You cannot be living a fiber-free life. I know it feels nice and good to go out and eat and order all of the delicious food that is completely void of fiber, and then you're constipated. You know what I mean? When we finally use the bathroom after 4 days of not going, it is a hazardous area. Nobody else can go in there. You know what I'm talking about? Some of them are pretty on the bathroom and pleasant when they come out and they can't pretty on the bottom, smell so come. Fix up on the thing. Pick a struggle. Both of those things should not happen at the same time. If you're pretty on the outside, you're inside so pretty too. Get yourself some fiber. Vegetable. Vegetable. Required. Alright? Now, I'm not going to go too much in the eating thing, because I might just make a full eating video. That's for later on. But my point is, what you eat matters. Make sure you're thinking nutrition and not just how the food tastes. Another tip that I need to get, and enough people are got hurt by this, get some sleep. You're not sleeping. You go home and you start watching Netflix and you watch the series and you can't sleep because the story is so nice. And you have to watch the next episode, and before you know it, it's morning and you barely got any sleep. Or you have the ones of you cannot sleep without the TV. Turn off the devices, including the TV. Turn them off and go to your bed. You need sleep. If you're not sleeping, your body is not functioning at its best. You are functioning in deficit, because if you're not sleeping, your body does not get to regenerate and to do what it needs to do in terms of healing while you're sleeping. And the reason why your hormones are all over the place is because it's compensating for the fact that you are tired. Go to your bed. All right? Another thing that I really want to talk about before I wrap this up is I want to talk about vitamin D deficiency. Y'all are very good at hiding from the sun. We live in a country where the sun is shining most of the time. And Jamaican women, black women in the Caribbean, and even in the United States, we top the list of vitamin D deficient people. How is that possible when we have sunshine outside? You know why? We hide from the sun with precision. I have a friend who tell me straight up, I don't go outside in the sun. I go out at night time. I'm a vampire. She said the words, I am a vampire. I don't like the sun. We need vitamin D. Let me tell you what can happen to you if you don't have vitamin D. If you're vitamin D deficient, let me tell you, come on, make sure you have it right. You are fatigued. You can't sleep. You have bone pain in your bone, and you have achiness. You can be experiencing depression, feelings of sadness. You can have experience hair loss, muscle weakness. You have loss of appetite. You need vitamin D. Spend some time in the sun. Now remember, I started talking about what you can do to have healthy periods, you know. But if you do all of these things, it's not just your periods that's going to be healthy. You're going to have a healthy body overall. So do the things them, no man. Yes. Right? I already spoke about exercise. That is so important. I cannot say enough about exercise. Right? It is very important that we recognize that our bodies are affected by the environment that we're in. And if we want to have healthy periods, we have to ensure that we have healthy habits so that our bodies can function at the optimum, so that we are not feeling so much symptoms from the fluctuation and the different accommodations that our bodies have to do in order for us to function in this life that we are living. You know you need the strength of your muscles, so nutrients are important so your muscles can have the strength that they need to get you through the world. When you get up, your muscles, your bone, your body is taking you around. Give your body the tools that it needs so that it can function. Michelle, I hope you found something useful in what I had to say. But if you do all of these things, I'm telling you from experience that you will have healthier periods, you will have less painful periods, and your periods will not be as heavy. I'm telling you that because I used to live a different type of lifestyle. I changed my lifestyle, and I am here to tell you that I am completely pain-free. I have symptom-free periods. My periods have no pain. I don't have heavy clotty periods anymore. And it is very, very largely in part because I changed my relationship with food. I'm getting better rest. I am exercising. I'm doing all of the things I told you about a while ago. So it's not a theory I'm discussing with you. I've lived this life. I know what it is to have 11 days long, very heavy, very painful periods with anemia, migraines, and the works. I don't live that life anymore. It is possible. So I hope you find something useful from what I said, and I thank you so much for your question. And to remind the rest of you that if you would like your question to be featured on Ask the Period Lady, all you have to do is to send your email to theperiodlady@gmail.com, and I will certainly give it a great shot to answer it. And I want to say thank you for tuning in to another episode of Ask the Period Lady. Remember, authenticity is magic. Be yourself. Thank you so much. Remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe to Period TV. Until next time, take care.